Good afternoon, everyone. So today, we will discuss about the flexible learning and learning to be flexible. But before that, I will introduce myself first. My name is Vanessa G. Lampadio. I am a former Supreme Student Government President school year 2016 to 2017, and now I am currently employed at the Division of Agusan del Sur as a Teacher 1. So I think that we are all ready to listen in our discussion. So let's start. So at the end of the discussion, so these are goals. So what is flexible learning for you as a student? What is expected for you? And what are the benefits for you as a student? So, muna to ang goal at the end of our discussions. So, what is flexible learning? When we talk about flexible learning, it's a method of learning where students are given freedom in how. So, giunsa, how. So, unsay mga pamaagi, what are the methods? What are the types of lesson? But not necessarily kung unsay gusto nga lesson mo to siya matuman. So when we talk about the what of your freedom in the flexible learning, so given the kanang discussions or mga syllables diha nga pwede nimo matuon within that frame of time. And then when, so what are your flexible time, and then where they learn. So, flexible learning environments address how physical space is used, how students are grouped during learning, and how time is used throughout the teaching. So, for example of this, so this is a classroom scenario, no? So, in this part, it's a traditional. In flexible learning, the traditional and the flexible learning situation, the environment is not the same. Because it varies in flexible learning, it uses the learning ranges into flipped classroom. When we talk about flipped classroom, gikan ka nag-activity mo diri habang ga-lecture. So, lecturing with the group activities. Watching a video, completing a simulation, and then practice questions to online or distance courses. So take note that the traditional classroom is different from the flexible learning. So flexible learning allows more choices with your learning opportunities. So let's discuss what are your learning opportunities. So when we talk about synchronous learning is where learning taking part at the same time. So for example, kamo mag-classmates, daghan kayo mo, si student A, B, C, D, and Z. So you learn at the same time, depende na po at the same, depende na sa places, basta same time. So synchronous learning. So other two options sa ato ang opportunities to learn is asynchronous learning. We're learning taking part at your own time. So what are your preference of time? So maura to ka mag-learn. So sa imuhang most convenient time. So how does flexible learning benefit you? Of course, as a student. So for example for this, so our month is July. Okay, July. So example, in July 9, so supposedly nakay klase 3 p.m. and then napoy 3 p.m. nga Mark's wedding. So one time, duha ka event. So in your most convenient time in flexible learning, you can reschedule your learning in your convenient time. So, pwede nimo ma-erase ang katong klase sa nimo, i-reschedule nimo siya sa another day. So, this opportunities allows you to learn what is convenient for your schedule. So, as we all know that every individual is unique, they have a different learning style. So many of them learn at night. Most of them also learn at the day. So these opportunities allows you in your certain time that gives you an opportunity to learn when you are most alert. So example, si student A, mas ganahan siya mo learn sa morning, kaya nga no, mas active siya. Tapos naputay student, taganan siya mag-learn sa evening, kaya nga no, nocturnal man siya, og murag sa, para sa aw nga, dito siya mas active. So, daghan kayo nga convenient sa flexible learning. So, another is, it enhances the classroom time that both faculty and student can maximize time effectively and adding another element for you to learn. Kay ang flexible learning kay maghatag sa imo lagi og most convenient time, so you can add another element sa imuhang convenient time. For example, nakabuhat na kaani nga activity, so napa kay vacant time, so pwede pa ka magbuhat sa imong another activity. So daghan jud na magbuhat nimo sa flexible learning. So what does flexible learning ask of you? So example, kung mabutay na ang school year nato ay sa opening of class, so in August, so unsay kinahanglan sa flexible learning, unsay ginapangayo niya sa imuha is only to participate. Because flexible learning is lahi na sa ato ang traditional nga classroom. So unsay kinahanglan? Flexible learning needs you to participate because for flexible learning, the ideal for this is students who are self-motivated. Kay karon kay self-learning na ta, dili na ka nag-aaga jud dapat sa imuhang teacher. And then students able to self-regulate their learning. So dapat ma-assess nila kung asa na sila na ilang mga weaknesses or strength. Asa na sila kung na-focus ba sila dire sa competency or nitaas na ba sila dire ang competency or nibaba. So dapat ang ikaw nga student self-motivated and then self-regulated nga makabalo ka mag-assess sa imong kaugalingon nga learning. And then you'll be able to prepare your session. So in online discussion, mag-prepare jud ka kay na jud time nga mag-online mo. So prepare your session, prepare ka sa imong kaugalingon, and then participate in the discussion. So unsa kay ginapangayo sa imuha sa flexible learning is only to participate. Because ngano man kinahanglan mag-participate. So hunaw-naon nimo ang sa traditional learning. Mangutana si teacher sa imuha, what is verb? Natas nay estudyante nga magtubag lang isa or duha. The rest of the student di kay siya maningog no. But the class go on lang gihapon sa traditional learning. But compare sa online learning or isa sa modalities na gamiton sa flexible learning, dili siya kinahanglan na isa ray mutubag or duha. So dapat you need to participate because this flexible learning or online learning needs to be kanang individualized nga or kanang student-centered ka. But take note, in flexible learning, dili lang jud siya nga online learning ha. So this is about the CHED. So according to CHED Commissioner Chairman J. Prospero de Vera III, the intention of flexible learning is to decongest the classroom to reduce the number of students who go to the classroom at one time so that social distancing and the health of the students can be protected. So we initiate or the CHED taking part the flexible learning for the new normal nga to decongest the classroom. So dili lang jud ingon nga online ang flexible learning ha. Take note, dili lang siya online but to decongest ang classroom. Pwede ni siya mag face-to-face but to decongest pagamayon ang ratio sa student to teachers that could suffice pa rin sa social distancing. So next, so according also to Commissioner, flexible learning is not equivalent to online learning. So as what I've said earlier, alone, but also employs other methods to deliver lessons to students without the internet connectivity, such as the take-home activities. So take-home activities ha, dili lang kinahanglan nga online learning purely. And then, learning packets to be submitted upon the lifting of the quarantine. So also, according to Commissioner, the university should design the delivery of their flexible learning based on the situation of the student, the faculty, as well as the school for a most inclusive learning process amid the health crisis. So I believe that the Asscat doing their part nga mapagaan pa yun ang kanang flexible learning, dili ma-burden ang students at the same time the faculty. So let's move on to the coping and moving with technology. So as we all know nga, new normal, kinahanglan na jud dili na kayo ta mag face to face, nga pagklase dili na jud parehas dati. So we should cope up nga kinahanglan nato i-embrace ang technology kay grabe siya ka gamit kayo karon sa ato nga time. So what are the things that we should do? So first is look at the changes positively. So think positive. So let's be encouraged. Let's be happy, motivated, enterprising, and imaginative, optimistic, and determined and strong. So look at the brighter side. Jud ta permi dili jud ta magpanega-nega. So ingon pa nila, the positive thinker sees the invisible, feels the intangible, and achieves the impossible. So according to Winston Churchill. So first, look at the changes positively. So next, understand that change is inevitable. So kabalo na jud tanong nga, the only constant thing in life is change. So change is inevitable. Growth is optional according to John C. Maxwell, but we should not stagnant lang nga dili ta magusto mag-growth. Dapat jud mag-learn how to develop ourselves na. And then we all know nga ang butterfly gikan siya sa ingani nga phase hantod ni abot siya sa ingani nga stage. So nakita nato si butterfly nga pinakaunay nga na lang siya, pero as they grow older, tanaw nato nga they bloom colorfully. So ingon si Napoleon Hill, strength and growth come only through continuous and effort struggle. So dili jud iwasan nga mag-struggle ta at first jud no nga ta sa technology, sa usahay ka na mag-online learning ta, wala kay signal, magkat-kat ta sa mga bukid. So okay lang na siya. Take as a challenges because yun pa nila, change is inevitable. Dapat adapt. We should adapt, and then pag maabot na pud ang panahon, we could also bloom as like a butterfly. Next is get training. So the expert in anything wants a beginner. So wala joy na kanang nabuhi jud dayon nga nahimo na siyang master. So tanan nag-start jud na siya from the beginning. So let's be expert. Let's get training. Mag-training ta na ba yung mga free nga sa TESDA, sa mga online, napoy sa Coursera, dagan kayo. Pwede po ka mag-YouTube para mag-learn ka how to use the technology. Use the technology properly. And then keep training and keep learning until you get it right. Number 4 is take time to become familiar with the technology. So as you go on, nga mag-master ka, as you go on, nga mag-training ka, so you should be familiar. Practice it every day. So practice makes perfect. But then again, nobody's perfect. Pero okay lang na siya as long as you practice it every day. Kasi ingon pa nila, learning experiences ang pinaka-the best nga teacher. When you learn it, practice it, nga every time jud nimo siya ginagamit, so maka-learn jud ka the more. And then the only impossible journey is the one you never begin. So if dili ka mag-start ani nga kaning technology, dili nimo siya ko anon, so wala jud kay matun-an. Dapat you should begin na. Lihok-lihok na ka karon. And then number 5, begin using the technology and sharpening your skills. So take time to sharpen your skills, your tools, and your resources, and you will be more productive. So labon na karon nga time nga layo-layo pa ang klase, so take time to be more productive. Magbuhat ka og mga another things na wala pa nimo nabuhat. So magbuhat ang kag checklist nimo nga kaning nga skills, wala pa ko nakabalo. So, take time to be more productive para napog kay kanang ma-produce karon nga good sa quarantine time. So, let's have a lesson taking part sa pencil. So, 3 lessons to be learned from a pencil. Pain always sharpens you. Everything you do leaves a mark. What's inside you is useful and not what's outside. So, in pa sila, pain is, unsa man? Pain kanang, no pain, no gain. So, wala kayo makuha if kanang dili ka mag-start sa kanang pag-learn sa technology. Dili po ka nimo siya gina-master, dili po nimo siya gina-sharpen imuhang skill. So, wala jud kay tunan ana. But the end of the day, mas nindot jud na imuhang result. So, what you saw is what you reap pod gihapon. And lastly, get to know and fully utilize your IT specialist. So, at the future time, basig ikaw na day ang kanang ikaw nang makabuhat sa mga system no tungod atong paggamit lang nato sa technology, ikaw na makabuhat sa mga system na magamit sa Asscat pohon. For example, kanang makatabang ka sa SSG pag unsaon na pag-vote online na, or kanang sa pag-unsaon pa yun pag-process sa enrollment nga faster and easier. So karon, mo ni siya ang last na jud na topic. So I hope nga malminaw mo ani kay tips for students for the new normal edition. So plus lang ni siya, no, wala ni siya labot sa ato ang discussion jud. So take this as a bonus. So credits to the Falcolan twins who make me kanang become like this nga sila ang kanang tool or sila ang pamaagi nga na nahimo mi ngani. So first is set a worthy goal. So why you study? So you should have a worthy goal nga gusto ka makahuman. So a means of this kanang trial. So magamit man jud og mga technology daghan mga kakulian. So habang gagamit ka ana, ayaw pagka-negative. So, set a worthy goal. So, look at the brighter side. Ngayon imong ko anon nga, at the end of the 4-year course, mahumanjog ko ug makamit na ko unsa kong gusto. If ever as a doctor, as a teacher, or as a IT specialist, or as an engineer, ana. So, set a worthy goal. Next is find the right kind of motivation. So when I study, my motivation is my family. So tanan naman sa ato nga motivation nato is to help our family. So kana depende sa imuhang motivation. So find the right motivation. So I survive because the fire inside me burned brighter than the fire around me. So mas kung nadyo kay motivation, mas maningkamot jud ka. And then, number 3, knows your strength and weaknesses. So, if you have strength in math, if you have weaknesses in English, so focus. Pangitaon ni mo yung strength, imong palambuon. Weaknesses, imong i-improve pa much better pa. So, they say too many days are wasted comparing ourselves to others and wishing to be something we aren't. So everybody has their own strengths and weaknesses, and it is only when you accept everything you aren't that you will truly succeed. So nobody should kanang compare sa lahi-lahi kay nga no everybody is unique, so lahi-lahi tag strength and weaknesses. Your strength must be kanang imuha pong improve, and then at the same time your weaknesses imuha po pod kanang i-improve pa jud. So embrace na lang jud ta sa ato ang mga weaknesses. Build your weaknesses until they become your strength. So, mo yung pinakanindot nga kung ano sa ito ang weakness, I make this as your strength. So, diri manage your time wisely. So, remember, time lost cannot be regained. So, kung kani imuhang mga dapat buhaton na nimo siya. Dapat dili na ka magpaugma-ugma, no? Kay, kung unsay oras ka lang dili na bayud nato mabalik pagkaugma. So you should have a to-do list kanang unsay mo dapat buhaton karon, ana ilista na nimo. And then study smart. And next is believe believe in yourself that you can do it. So wala jud makalain tao nga makakuan sa mo no. Imo ra jud kagulingon. So believe that you can do it. Kaya jud nako ni. Makaya man niya, kaya pud nako ni. So believe you can and you're halfway there according to Theodore Roosevelt. Confidence is believing yourself when no one else does. So you should have a self-confidence kay ikaw ra jud ang makaluwas sa imong kaugalingon, no? So look at this picture. What matters most is how you see yourself. So this is a kitten. Nagtanaw niya yung kaugalingon as a ngani na siya nga pagka-future. So ikaw pagtanaw ka ana, kung tahay ginatanaw imong kaugalingon as a future teacher, future doctor, ana. And for last but not the least, so our greatest weakness lies in giving up. So don't give up. Kana maning kamot ka sa imong kaugalingon nga makahuman ka. So nakaya man gyud namo mahuman nga 4-year course and then pa-ranking hantod na himong teacher. So kaya pud na nimo kuon sa imong dream. So mao lang ni siya no kung napa mo mga pangutana mag-discuss lang ta about ani later. So daghang kay salamat sa pagpaminaw sa ato ang tanan. God bless us all.